Hello, hello. No 5-minute timer today. I was running a little late, had some audio issues. Just got them fixed, hopefully. Hopefully it's working. But otherwise, I hope you guys had a great weekend. We had a pretty chill one. Didn't really go out. Had some Korean barbecue. Always will take that. That's always in the makings for a good weekend. Anything else? I don't think so. I don't think so. Yes. Anyway, shall we hop into this? I'm thinking we'll probably do what we did last week, about an hour, maybe a little bit more of this whenever we get to a stopping point and switch to Helldivers. That's just the plan right now. Bunny as a reporter. I need to rest, okay. We can't even do it. A few minutes after I wake up, I see a message slipped under the apartment's front door. Kadir? Yep, looks like he's got a short window to meet me in Queens a few hours from now. Willets Point, a single suggestion. Get ready for action. Fine, then I will. Best way to do it would be to clear my mind, just walk without thinking, reset the framework. Some fresh air should do it. Maybe a chance meeting with someone could get me out of this mental rut. Let me look at the world from a different angle for a while and improve my mood. Although when it comes to improving one's mood, nothing beats some Crimson Red pouring down my throat. Not to mention these cigarettes taste best with a full stomach. Let's go. Hide and seek for dummies. That's my table. Oh, somebody at my table, huh? Let's see. Do I still have... Oh, nice. I think this is gonna work. Alright, heads, the girl, tails, the guy. Heads it is! Oops. We gotta change the scene again. Heads the girl, yeah. And again, I find myself at the entrance to my sanctuary. Current vibe, not exactly an embodiment of joie de vivre, but I'm burdened by my usual self-loathing. All in all, a pretty decent frame of mind. Beware Big Beat Burger, something wicked this way cometh. And poof. Just like that, my mood is ruined. All it took was a single step through the door. Some swivel-eyed loon took my seat. Her legs are crossed over the table, dirty shoes staining my chipboard altar. Oh, come on. Her clothing style is obviously meant to look eccentric and patchwork, but comes off as tragically derelict. There's nothing coincidental in her table choice. And it's not just because there's plenty of free spots tonight. She ogles me with those beady little eyes, daring me to come and try her. I give the guy at the till, Benny, I think his name was. A quick glance, no response. Unsurprising, he's a veteran. He knows better than to get involved. Is this supposed to be a message? Long shot. But a reminder of the Camarillah's watchful eye, maybe. Scruffy! Everything about this lady, her hairstyle, her mannerisms, lipstick smeared nowhere near her actual lips, screams lunatic. I'm not the type that fights tooth and nail to get the other bats out of her cave. But I'm not just going to back down for no good reason either. I quietly take a seat right in front of her and wait. Yeah, you crazy-haired weirdo hag, I can be patient too. I just realized it looks like a voice meter was what was messing up for me. That's what I fixed, but it does look like OBS is working as well. We spend 5 minutes in silence. She just sits there and glares at me without blinking once. Like, if this is what she looks like, surely somebody else in this place has got to be questioning her. Oh, I guess she did say that was lipstick. I don't know, though. I don't know. Another few minutes go by, dragging on indefinitely. She's chewing some red bubble gum with a wide-eyed grin that makes Jack Nicholson's trademark smirk look like Mr. Rogers' beaming smile. Not gonna lie, that munching is getting on my nerves. Engage in a staring contest. Let's go. No way. No way she wins. I give her my most hateful stare, trying to make her look away like it's some pathetic preschool standoff. With every passing moment, I struggle more and more to focus on her eyes. It feels nauseating, kinda like gazing into some ever-shifting Escher-esque fractals. I don't know. It becomes so vertigo-inducing I need to avert my eyes for a moment, losing the dumb competition as a result. I can barely suppress the urge to spit right in her stupid, doodle-covered face. She uncrosses her legs in a strangely seductive motion. In her mind's eye, it probably looked like Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct, but in reality it had all the grace of a tracksuit Slav squad. It seems we're gonna be here for a while longer. I pull out a cigarette from my crumpled package and light it casually, as if I wasn't bothered at all by the invader. Before I can take a single puff, the nut job snatches the cigarette out of my mouth. Don't mind if I do? Who do you? She cuts me off mid-sentence. Shh, no talking. You need to get back to your happy place. Try to hold the impetus to rip her face off. She picks up after a few seconds. I don't like you. I don't hate you either. Not yet, at least. Sheesh. I'm a good judge of character, but yours still eludes me. Get to the fucking point. She flicks the ash off the cigarette in a fluid motion and takes a long puff. No exhaling. The smoke comes out of her mouth while she speaks, like her intestines caught on fire. My special friend asked me to note your every step, judge your every move, and count your every failure. And believe me, when I started this job, I thought there would be a lot less counting. Who is she talking about? Pinard, Kadir, Torque? She tilts her head in an upsettingly canine manner. Little girl. I ran all sorts of charts and graphs on you, and they all pointed to the same result, useless hussy. Can you help your sister out and illuminate me as to what all the fuss is about? Don't want to help? Come on, if you're a good doggy, you might get a biscuit. As if all that bullshit wasn't enough, she taps my nose like I'm some fucking puppy. Oh, no, you didn't. You want to get nuts? Okay, let's get nuts. Ah, nah, we're not using dominate here. That breaks the masquerade. Potentially. So if I'm reading this correctly, she's coming here. She's watching us and insulting us. But does lashing out do anything positive for us? Where was that? I thought I would do a lot less counting. Where was that remark? That's what I'm looking for. I don't think it's here. Oh. My special friend asked me to note your every step, judge your every move, and count your every failure. And believe me, when I started this job, I thought there would be a lot less counting. But I don't want to be calm in this situation. We're gonna lash out. Don't you dare touch me again. You try that again and I will break your arms. Get out now, get out. She seems genuinely surprised by my reaction. She blinks twice, with almost comical timing. Then she lets out a short, cartoonish laugh. She keeps laughing as she stands up and blows me a kiss on her way to the exit. Toodaloo, sweetie pie. The doors closed behind her, the loud bubblegum chewing finally gone, the cheap bubblegum smell inexplicably lingering, along with a lot of less savory aromas. A dejected staff member approaches with a much-needed air freshener and some antibacterial spray in tow. Gives me a knowing look and sighs. I shrug my arms sympathetically and leave him to do his job. I don't feel like sticking around anymore. It's time to get back to work. I step inside the subway and head for my meeting with Kadir. Oh, for fuck's sake, I thought you were kidding. Nope. I couldn't reach her, but I know for a fact Hope is there. He's pointing in the direction of a double spiral building. And what is she doing there? I understand she's the current leader of the company, acting CEO to be exact. No, no, no. You're pulling my leg. Of all the places in this city. The company that brags about creating IT solutions of the future. It always surrounded by rumors of monstrous workers' abuse, all sorts of ethical violations, trading information with governments, and ending the career of a certain promising journalist and professional fuck-up who attempted to investigate them seriously. You might be able to ask her both professional and personal questions. 2 birds with 1 stone. I don't get it. Last time I checked, the company belonged to Kara Montgomery. I'm told she quietly took a sabbatical a few months ago, and it sure looks like the kind of sabbatical you don't come back from. Final death? Very possible, but I have no idea. Remember, I was shocked when I first learned that one of my nemesis back in my old life was a vampire all along. When I realized her position made her untouchable to me, I was beyond mad. Well, whatever happened, it couldn't happen to a nicer person. What about her brother, Jesse? You're asking me? Last I checked, you're the expert on this company. I just handle the basic intel for you, even though I shouldn't even really be here. Yeah, and I hope you realize I'm grateful. You better be. So is Hope just another corporate shark? Well, she is the child of Carter. A theatrical pause, he smiles as he sees me wince. But very much unlike him, he took her in for her particular multifaceted talents related to the internet, knowing he's hopelessly behind the times in that regard. I hope she's been unruly, though. Well, unruly is good. I can work with unruly. So you're telling me she might not be a stuck-up startup bitch? Language. As I've told you a few times now, when it comes to the internet, just assume I haven't the slightest idea. Oh, I'm getting there myself. I haven't been able to check my email for 5 months. I have no idea what the kids at BBB are talking about most of the time. Oh my god, I might be getting old. Don't worry. The moment you realize you don't give a damn about most fads you would have cared about years ago is a liberating one. Been there, done that. At the beginning of the 20th century. Old. Anyway, you'll probably hear Hope's story straight from the horse's mouth. I don't have much time, so I'll get straight to the point. You shouldn't be looking at anything in the main building. It's just a front. Ignore it. What you want to do is use the elevators to get to the lowest floor of the building. Psh, I heard stories about double spiral basement, but I had no idea what to make of them. Every source told me a different rumor. Did any of them tell you a rumor about an army of underground ghouls? No, but I'm all ears. Double Spiral employs an army of ghouls as cheap workforce. They work and live underground, away from prying eyes, with lesser rights than regular kind employees, perfect for business. Wow. I'm actually speechless for a second. I had profoundly low expectations at the company, but every time I learn something new about what's going on behind the scenes, I'm still surprised at the level of scumbaggery at play. I'll leave the moral judgments to you, expert. In any case, you need to reach room number 507, where the CEO supposedly resides. And then, get Hope to answer your questions. His old-timey flip phone vibrates. Speaking of, if you got any left for me, it's now or never. I'm needed at the art hold now. What's the best approach, yeah? How should I approach the building? I've told you everything I know. Just do what I do all the time. And that is, scout the situation, then decide. Yeah, good help, bro. Nice. Right, I forgot that's what you do all the time. You mean scouting? No, stating the obvious. The phone vibrates again. Well, that's it for me. Arturo's pestering me to show up at the Elysium 5 minutes ago. Tell him I kindly suggest he should go fuck himself. Not in 1,000 years. Well, good luck with your mission, soldier. With a mock salute, he disappears inside his car and drives away. Nothing left for me but to head in. Still, I'm anxious. There are two approaches to choose from, and whichever I pick, I'll have to stick with it. If I force my way in and assert my authority, bad cop style, it should make an impression. Bad bitch coming in with the entire court behind her back, bluffing her way to victory. Sneaking in and politely asking for cooperation seems like the less disruptive, more me option. But it's not like being me has taken me anywhere this far. Shit, I kinda wish I was still stuck in my routine where I didn't need to be doing things like developing a personality. It's a bit of a coin flip, honestly, but I gotta make a choice here. How do I approach Double Spiral? You fucking... It's time to be aggressive. Better stay covert. I don't know how long this game's supposed to, or novel is supposed to be. I want to be aggressive because I want answers, but that... I was aggressive with that one girl and she just kind of left. Do we just stay aggressive throughout the entire thing? No, that's too Bruja. We're not Bruja anymore. Let's stay covert. What's my new trait? Not into a bad cop shtick. I've got some pretty shitty traits, it seems like. Being aggressive is not me. I don't even want to think about the headache I'd have to deal with. The less disruptive I am, the better the chance they will get pissed off at me. And I do need Hope to be cooperative. This good cop approach should pay off eventually. Alright, let's do this. I cloak myself in shadows and let my instinct take over. The lobby isn't well lit, so it's not hard to get behind the lone security guard. He does notice something is wrong with the security cameras and hits the display a few times. But once he's done, I'm already inside an emergency staircase and making the descent. The doors to the deepest floor are locked, but it takes just a bit of brute force. And I'm inside. Hello, Double Spiral. Thought you wouldn't see me again, huh? Assholes. Look around and find an emergency evacuation map. Bullseye. Looks like all the information I need is here. There it is, room 507. Who's this chick? Someone comes around. Looks like one of Hope's nerdy ghouls is here to sniff around, but I'm already in the shadows. I slink away as she starts patrolling the corridor, checking if everything is okay. Cameras, body heat sensors, electronic locks. Still, I'm managing. I remain cautious, just like Kadir would want me to, but it's surprisingly easy for me to avoid security. Progressing toward room 507 is far easier than I expected. I watch the double spiral offices where, just like Kadir said, hordes of ghouls are slaving away for their company. Deep learning, spyware, social media manipulation, yada yada. The important thing right now is everyone is staring at their own screen, so it's easy for me to keep sneaking. Aside from the fact she still seems to be on my trail, only slowed by the fact she's thorough in her search. I'd better pick up the pace. And there it is, the final corridor. Time to announce myself. I slowly walk to the end of the corridor. There it is, room 507. The door looks harder to take care of than the other ones in this place, for I won't be able to take care of it the same way I did the others. The door to the office of the current double spiral CEO. This fucking company. I get pissed off, but I'm trying to control it. There's a camera by the door. If she knows what to look for, she can probably see I'm here on her screen. But just to make sure, I knock on the door. Oh, I'm a Camarilla detective, and I will need you to answer some questions. Hope, I know you're in there. Open the door. I'll not leave until you do. I'm here on the behalf of the sheriff of New York City. Hope? I keep pounding on the door and calling her name. After a minute or so, a voice rings out in the intercom. Is this thing on? I guess it is. Alright, I got your message loud and clear. I'll meet you in the offices. I'll be right there. Looks like you made it past poor Nastya. Get back to the offices and keep her company. She'll probably be beyond pissed. She'll probably be pissed off about you eluding her grasp, but don't make it a big deal, okay? Thank you for your cooperation. I'll be right there. What's up? On the one hand, clothes you could reasonably expect to find on any... did I skip something? In any CEO's wardrobe. On the other, a body covered in tattoos, flashy jewelry, dyed hair, and wild makeup. The thought that she might be another CEO playing the nonconformist crosses my mind, but she strikes me as someone who's more than happy to live in her own little bubble. Still, I won't be fooled. She is the boss of Double Spiral. So, how did you find me? Those are some cool tats. I like it. I like the sleeve. Sheriff Kadir Al-Osmaidid. You'd have to ask him. I take out a new cigarette without thinking. You can't smoke in here, lady. Just let her. Don't treat me like I'm your enemy. I come in peace. A deep, relaxing drag. So, when did you realize I was here? Right at the start. There was a momentary laser malfunction. Lasted a second or two. Hasn't tripped an alarm. But I guess something was off. That's it. Hunches have gotten me every job I've ever had. Hunches saved my life any time I got into a messy situation. These days, the reality is too complicated to rely on anything else. Can't find a better head of security than our Nastya, and our hunches are the main reason why. They're like a sixth sense. Ooh. I want to know more about it, but I also want to know more about her. Don't I know you from somewhere? Or haven't I seen you somewhere? Don't know. A club, maybe? Yeah. Last year, soon after I was embraced. I visited that one club in that refurbished warehouse, and you were there. You've got a memorable aura. Yeah, I DJ and help out there from time to time. Gotta show my face if I want to make it big. Then why don't you focus on that? Following that career path doesn't exactly seem compatible with being head of security for Double Spiral. Not just because the necessary skill sets are so different. Nastya looks at Hope. Working at Double Spiral provides a lot of benefit to someone who relies on the internet for promotion, lady. The slowed aging is just a nice perk. Lovely chat, girls, but I'd love if you save it for later. I'm CEO now. I have a lot of duties I must pretend to handle. I just need to ask you a few questions. Sure, yeah? Call me if you need me. I've got a weird hunch about this one, too. Don't worry, I'll disappear as quietly as I arrived. Yeah, I'd prefer to be sure that you left, lady, so that I can report it to my boss. We'll talk security later. Don't worry, this shit happens. For now, take 5. Nastya leaves, and I'm left alone with Hope in the corner of the office. Feels funny to stand here in front of you. Oh? And, why is that? You people had me fired from my job before I was embraced. Ah, I see. You were that, Savinsky girl from Lodestar. Yeah. Somehow I never put 2 and 2 together. So you're the Lasombra rep for the city now, huh? She's talking to me. She keeps tapping at her phone with terrifying speed. I don't feel like I have her full focus, and it's getting on my nerves. Just so you know, I have no idea why you've taken Kara Montgomery's place, and I doubt you'd tell me, but the bitch deserves to burn in hell. Hell yeah, she does. Wait, did you just met? Hold your horses. No. Jesus, this is why normal CEOs pay for PR people to talk for them. I only agreed that she's a horrible person in every way that counts. Nothing more. Does she know that's what you think of her? Why did she let you take her position in the first place? What? I will just cut through the bullshit, okay? Miss Lodestar. I guess this is about Jesse and Kara covering his creepy ass. You spent months on this case and you'd like some closure. Pretty much. Well, here's your closure. Double Spiral has severed practically all ties with them. They don't work here. They get no company money. They probably won't ever show up here again. The company is not their circus anymore, and the workers are not their monkeys. I'm in charge now, so yeah. If there's anything you'd like from me, I'm all ears. It wasn't just Jesse and his sister. This company has ingrained structures of abuse and immoral. I've ordered internal investigations and audits. Everyone related to those illicit activities were disciplined. Legal actions, firings, and rebukes, all depending on the severity of their misdemeanors. I don't have a stomach for all that creepy corporate shit, so I'm trying to steer this ship in the right direction. Don't know what else I can tell you. For fuck's sake. No matter how I look at it, it seems like she's done everything I hoped to achieve. The Montgomery clan is over. The queen bitch, a symbol of everything that's wrong with tech CEOs, is gone. Jesse, that perverted embezzling son of a bitch, is gone. I should be glad. So, why is there a sinking pit in my stomach? This doesn't feel right. Probably not. But hey, I look at this company like the mafias in gangster movies. You don't really win by dismantling one, another one will just as quickly take its place. You can only win by ensuring the organization gets the best possible leader. So in Double Spiral's case, best you can hope for, no pun intended, is me. The biggest case in my professional life solved by some weirdo who fucked Kara and Jesse over in presumably underhanded ways. It doesn't get more anticlimactic than this. Fucking hell. I want to ask her how she did it, but why would she tell me? All I can guess is she's an outcast who decided to get her hands dirty and obtain power to do something she considered good. Something I've always been afraid to do. Anyway, I feel for you, but I have a lot of work to do. So, if this wasn't just a trip down memory lane and you have any other questions, speak now or forever hold your peace, okay? I feel like a car just ran me over, but I need to keep my shit together. Right. A few days ago, the Anarch Baron was found dead in his office. Are you familiar with the case? Douglas Callahan. Of course I'm familiar. Every candidate online is talking about it. And what are they saying? They're accusing everyone. I mean, it is the internet. Are they accusing you? Why would they do that? Found a peculiar note in Callahan's remains. It had your name on it. Huh? What can you say about this? Nothing. I've never met the guy. I've never even seen him. He wasn't my crowd. Then why would he have a note with your name on? Then why would he have a note with your name in his pocket? Why were Walt Disney's last written words Kurt Russell? No clue. I watch her closely, but nothing suggests she's hiding anything. Well, the note actually contained 3 other names and nothing else. Agathon, D'Angelo, Tamika. Ringing any bells now? Her finger, which hasn't stopped moving across the phone touchscreen since I first saw her, freezes. Yeah, it kinda does, actually. It's a short list of promising unaffiliated kindred that was making the rounds of New York City a few months ago, in case anyone needed a hero for hire. I didn't know Callahan had it. I know Sophie Langley did, as well as a few Primogen. Not sure about the Anarchs. Who could have prepared this list? One of the local information brokers. A short but telling pause. Anonymous. How anonymous? Sort of anonymous. She's obviously conflicted about whether she should tell me, or maybe she's pretending so that I worm it out of her. I've been a good sport ever since I walked through her door. Maybe appealing to her sense of morality will work. I really need your help. I want to prevent the tensions between the local anarchs and the court from escalating, and every lead helps. She briefly considers her options and gives up. It's my sire, Carter Vandervaden. Oh? He's brokering information? Everyone knows becoming the Prince of New York is his ultimate goal, and he wants to make friends in all the high places. Sharing useful intel is a pretty effective way to achieve that. So you're telling me that he, a Malkavian Primogen, sold this list to an Anarch Baron? Sure looks like it. Why would he suggest his own child to somebody? To have a person on the inside, just another way to further his information web. When they realize you two are close? The story going around is, he left me alone and I hate his guts. Well, at least half of that is true. She's talkative, probably sees me as a way to undermine Carter. See how much further I can push her. Huh. I was wondering how someone like you could control a company like Double Spiral. I suppose a friend in high places would explain it. Yep, lucky me. Yeah, I don't even know what money would have to do with it. Seriously? You're not happy being obscenely rich? Oh, who gives a fuck about money? Yeah, that's what I thought. I do. A lot. A year ago, I didn't have money, but I had something far more precious. She stares at dozens of displays on the wall in front of her. Do you remember the Y2K era of the internet? Jesus, I barely remember the internet at all. My people can't really use it. But yeah, I guess I sort of remember. Forums, GeoCities, browser wars. All those handmade, amateurish web pages. It was a golden age. Ah, it was. Everyone was welcome to freely express their creativity and obsessions in this abstract new frontier. No formulated rules. Every site was a distinct new universe to explore. Good times. You know, as a kid, for some reason I kept saving every web page that moved or changed me in some way. I don't even know why I did it, but today, a folder with these is one of my greatest treasures. Fast forward to today, I'm the boss of a company that has one overarching goal: steer the online narrative in every possible way that benefits the Camarilla. And because the online world is so fucked right now, I can do it using only 5 websites or so. Every day, I deploy thousands of believable sock puppets to force some belief on the masses. Right now, they are being managed by these ghouls. Soon they'll be partially managed by AI. Basically an all-American version of the Chinese 50 Cent Party. A new pattern of public opinion guidance. Ever since I was a teen, I've pretended to be different people online for fun. Aping? Is that a term? Aping the posting patterns of others was something I turned out to be horrifyingly good at. I became even better at it after the embrace. Something about the voice of Malkov in my head. Oh, these Malkavians. After several years, I became a one-person internet empire. I could impersonate anyone. Oh yeah, if I tried to come in here hard, I don't think that would have worked. I think this was a good idea. I dream of tulips. A humble florist from Chattanooga who strives to share positive energy with their audience using photos of beautiful bouquets, motivational quotes, and the occasional The Office gif. Weird coincidence, I'm going to Chattanooga later this year for a wedding. Vulva Hufflepuff, what a name. A single mum from Brighton who reckons all these trans women must be bonkers and spends seemingly every waking moment of her life having a row with anyone who disagrees. Polygon Classist, a 19-year-old kid from Utah, keeps posting Y2K 3D renders of poorly proportioned, scantily clad ladies and telling his audience to remember what they took from you. Somehow, this talent got me here, where it's no longer fun but work. Work I usually entrust to these ghouls because of all my duties. I want out before my entire fucking mind gets monetized. But Carter won't have that, so I'll keep doing my best for both him and Double Spiral investors. So that's why she wants me to look at him. I assume most of your operations focus on New York City. A lot of them, yeah. How do you imitate a New Yorker voice with these sock puppet accounts? Living in Manhattan and being mentally unstable makes this shit easy. To a normal, well-adjusted person from outside the city, everyone here seems mentally unstable. Ever watched the 9/11 Howard Stern show? No? Check it out someday. It's educational. Ask anyone in New York City about it, and they're like, it was a great bonding moment. He was helping us make sense of everything. He kept saying what we were all thinking. And you listen to it. Unless everyone yelling that we need to nuke something, maybe the entire world, get rid of all the Muslims, fuck human rights, no investigations, take their oil, cheery. Whoa. You watch it, you study it, you witness that specific brand of humor in the face of tragedy, and you understand that nothing outside of New York City really exists for these people who live here, or the vampires. A foundational text, really. Whenever I need to get in that New York mindset for work, I let it play in the background. Works like a charm. Seriously, give it a shot sometime. Someday, I might. For now, I think I'll confront Vander Vaden with what you've told me. Or is it what you haven't told me? What's the story? Me? Of course I haven't told you anything. You're such a good investigator, you figured it out by yourself. And if he asks, just tell him Kaiser sold you the info. That should do the trick. I see. Thank you. What for? I did nothing. Let Nastya show you out, and if you don't know Vander Vaden's address, just ask her. Thank you for having me, Mr. Vander Vaden. No need, no need. I'll be happy to assist your investigation in whatever way I can, Miss Savinsky. That sickeningly sweet smile. In this office, spacious but oppressive. Here's a man who knows how to subtly unnerve people. But does he even realize it? I'm sure the presence of the esteemed Addison Payne will guarantee I'm totally transparent. Am I right, Addison? Looks like I've interpreted a friendly meeting. In the far corner of the room, I spot glasses of blood and 2 spittoons. Vices and follies of the rich. Are you sure I'm not wasting your time? Not at all. Busy as I might be, I can't say I'm not curious about the findings in the case. Yes, my thoughts exactly. So, how are you handling your newfound responsibilities? I'm managing. I'll start by asking the obvious. Were you the night Douglas Callahan met his untimely demise? Vander Vaden raised his eyebrow, and then let out a restrained chuckle. Hear that, Addison? I might be suspected of foul play. Exciting, isn't it? Carter, no antics, please. Just answer the question. Of course. Well, I was right here. Just like I told Prince Bernard. As much as I love to celebrate my power, sometimes one has to celebrate the amount of work piling up on their desk. So, your alibi is you were right here. Alibi. Ah, yes, I suppose. Can anyone back up your story? Well, I did make a few business-related phone calls as I was working, so there's that. That doesn't really answer my question, does it? He regards me with a stare reserved for a troublesome child. Miss Savinsky, this right here is my private little fortress. A space specifically designed to make me focus. I don't really let people in to break that focus. Aside from occasional esteemed guests such as yourselves, of course, and a few wonderful Mexican women responsible for the cleaning duties, so you don't have an alibi. The look in his eyes screams, why won't you at least pretend to try and get on board with my program, Kim? I suppose, but why would that matter? Because I found something that belongs to you on the victim's person. Pardon me? Took the words right out of my mouth. We're not talking a murder weapon or something of that caliber, of course. No, it was a short list of 4 names, unaffiliated kindred whose services could be useful to anyone interested in toppling the current power balance in New York City. Tamika, Hope, D'Angelo, Agathan. Excuse me, Miss Savinsky, but I'm afraid I don't follow. How is that something that belongs to me? I have it on good authority that it's a short list you've been shopping around to anyone interested here in New York City, be it the Camarilla or the Anarchs. Addison tenses up, and his host is not happy about it. This is just preposterous. I'm calling your bluff right here, miss. No, the bluff is coming right now. Mr. Vander Vaden, if you want to voice your concerns about the information I have, how about you voice them to Kaiser, not me? Addison turns to Vander Vaden, clenching his lips and gripping his wheelchair armrest tightly. For a brief moment, that ever-present smile on Vander Vaden's face goes missing. In the expression that replaces it reminds me of a horrifying void, like a sneak peek into what's really going on in his soul. He quickly collects himself, but the image is burned into my retinas. To think these sorts of unsavory rumors are circulating around me. I should be grateful you let me know. So you're denying it? Of course I'm denying it, categorically. You can bet your life savings on it. I certainly hope it is nothing more than an unfortunate blunder. Et tu, Brute. Come on, Addison. We've known each other for years. Yes, and what about it? I will. Sweet Jesus, Addison. I will get back to you in a second. Any more questions, Miss Savinsky? Any of the names on the list sound familiar to you? No, I mean, yes. That is my long-estranged child on your list. But that's just another reason why I'm flabbergasted anyone would consider it mine. I see. Well, I hope you understand why I'm considering you a prime suspect now. Yes, and I swear to clear my name as soon as possible. Scout's honor. Any more questions? I'm good for now. Sheriff Alizmai will probably contact you later. I'll get in touch with him myself. ASAP. Once again, thank you for your work. He extends his hand toward me, practically forcing me to shake it, Then he puts his hand on my shoulder to lead me to the door, all too eager to see me off. Out of sheer curiosity, Mr. Van der Weyden, I have one more question. Maybe a bit random. I really didn't need to ask it, but I wanted him to die inside for a moment. Of course, my dear. His slightly strained tone suggests I may have succeeded. You seem like a person who couldn't live outside of New York City. By chance, have you listened to Howard Stern's talk show after the World Trade Center fell? A tad unsure, but once again carefully controlled chuckle escapes his mouth. Geez, that is random. But, well... New York, born and raised, just like you said. Of course I did. Your opinion? Same as everyone else. It was the spiritual guidance we needed that day, coming from the unlikeliest of places. A visceral response that verbalized everything we felt. A beautiful moment of unity. Not that I'm into low-brow jokes about Pamela Anderson in the typical shock value the show tended to offer, but as far as I'm concerned, Howard did an indispensable thing that day. Why are you asking? No particular reason. Thought it might give me some insight into the kind of person you are. Well, that's the kind of person I am. Just your average New Yorker. So it seems. Well then, I'll leave you and Mr. Payne to your plans of conquering the city. Conquering the... Now that's spicy. Addison, I love this girl. She's gonna go far, I'm telling ya. She's got that spunk, that glint in her eye. Goodbye, Miss Savinsky. I wish you a pleasant respite and a swift success in your investigation. Good night. I make it a point to bow to Addison's servant, not the man himself. Doubt he even noticed, but at least these invisible displays of rebellion make me feel a little better about myself. Alright, the faster I leave the better. Julia. Father. How are you holding up? I'm fine, stumbling around and hoping for a miracle to happen, like always. No better place to ask for a miracle than behind these gates, you know. So I hear. As I pass him to report about Aisling and Agathon, I look around, but Benoit is nowhere to be seen. Feels nice to be able to chat one-on-one for once. Ah, yes. I knew you'd say that. I had errands to run, and I thought it might be for the best if Benoit took care of these. Wasn't in the mood for a childish spat tonight, huh? Something along those lines. Listen, can you think of something to placate him? Placate him how exactly? Benoit won't accept anything less than me joining a convent. He's like a worried parent. A basic gesture here and there, showing up in church from time to time, pretending to listen would get him off your case. I mean, I've been through this song and dance before with my own worried parents when I was a teenager. Wandering in the forest until Mass was over, not even being able to smoke because I'd pick up the scent. Not the best moments of my life, you know? And a part of the reason I'm distancing myself from them. I don't need this fake energy in my life, and I'm honestly weirded out by you asking me to lie. I'm not asking you to lie, Julia. Let me ask you this way. Are you a spiritual person? I guess I am, kind of. Always was. Suddenly being able to see ghosts did not change a thing. I think it's mostly because seeing the world as purely material seemed boring to me somehow. You are. And you are raised Catholic. So you can't find a way to express that spirituality in our church. I don't see a way right now. And why is that? I sigh. Too many people who think my soul needs to be saved because I live with a woman. For starters, I don't know. There's a lot of reasons. Like the sin of drinking blood every other night, or feeling some primal fear whenever I walk by a clergyman whose faith seems to actually be genuine. That one sounds like an excuse. It's about your relationship with God, not other people. In theory, but back in the old country, I've heard my share of homilies that felt like complete condemnations of my kind, and none that would condemn hate toward people like me. And you know, when church-adjacent people try to stir shit around your very existence every few months, some minimal support would be appreciated. Sorry, all you can count on is silent complicity. I get it. I know there's a lot of work to be done, and a lot of undeserved hurt going around, but listen, I don't even want to talk about it. I fucking hate the tone I use when I talk about it. I sound preachier than those preachers, and my biggest dream is just to not give a shit. But I remember things, like the story about a guy from my hometown, most macho guy around, jaw you could sharpen a knife on. He became an actor in Warsaw, very successful, deservedly so. The capital might not be New York City, but it is still a big city. Big cities go to the heads of bumpkins like us. In his case, it resulted in a dream of coming out to his parents. He was surrounded by all these stories of openly queer people. Played one even, so he thought he had a chance at making it work. So he goes back to his town, tells everyone he's going to live his truth. His dad, a ruling party adjacent businessman, curses him. His uncle takes him into the bushes and starts to destroy him physically. It's so bad, he gets put into the ICU. His face and jaw get ruined for good. Fast forward a year or two, with his career over, the guy is stuck in his parents' rustic house. With no other path to follow, he turns to God, who tells him to forgive his kin. Everything is fine again. Angelic choirs sing of divine mercy. A kind-looking priest talks about protecting our families. A man sits in the front row of the church, a disfigured smile on his face. But that story alone didn't drive me away. One time when I saw how blissful he was, I could swear he was actually able to hear God whispering to him. He looked like a saint. It fucked me up so bad I left. I feel nauseated now. Maybe I'm still reeling from hearing about Kara and Jesse Montgomery. Now, if we could never talk about it again, that'd be great. I know that I tend to sound like a loser who loves to pontificate about shit I can't change, but I at least keep trying to change myself, damn it. I won't offer empty platitudes, but I think I understand what I was meant to understand. I hope I haven't insulted you in any way. Whatever. I've learned not to hold people responsible for what the rest of their organization is doing. It would be hard looking in the mirror otherwise. Not that there's much I could see in the mirror right now. I'm just wondering about one thing. There's always a cross on your chest. I like how it goes with my outfit. Is it just a fashionable accessory to you? It's an important piece of an outfit. Will that be all? Yes. Have a good night, Julia. Have a good night, Father. I find her sitting in bed, scrolling through Pinterest on her phone. So how are you doing, detective? I fall on the bed, bury my face in the pillows, and scream. That bad, huh? I don't want to tell her about the double spiral. I still have to figure out how I feel about it. I'm just not cut out for this. Oh, shut up. If you aren't, who is? Sherlock Holmes, Hercule Poirot, Columbo, Mads Mikkelsen's boyfriend from Hannibal. I gotta finish watching that show. I watched like the first season. It was actually really good. Whatever his name was, I don't know. Someone who can actually put two and two together. You can't fool me into believing you're incompetent, you dumbass. I've read your articles. Don't pretend you suddenly forgot how to do your job. I haven't, but I've got no evidence, no witnesses, no promising leads, nothing. I just stumble around, assuming things, talking big, blah. So you're like, I don't know, Jack Nicholson in Chinatown, and he actually solved his case. And then wished he never took it up. Was that supposed to cheer me up? I'm just saying that the situation you're in sounds an awful lot like Chinatown. Depraved elites, big plans for the city, blah blah blah. Yeah, and that's depressing. It is what it is. Just think you should approach it this way and look for a solution to your problems outside of the box. Not as a mystery, but maybe like a trap to escape? Maybe. The heck? Throw myself onto the bed again and lie there for a bit, staring at the ceiling. Then, I approached Dakota from behind and tugged her sleeve to draw her attention. Psst, hey. Put the phone away. Now, come on, Jules. You can't do this every night. I've got my own work and I need to worry about anemia. You said so yourself. Besides, I was just looking for inspiration. I rub against her clothes with my face like a cat. You're impossible. Haven't you? Haven't you noticed what's going on in the news? People are going absolutely insane about this virus. Canceling trips and orders and... Pretty please? I can't, honey. I have to replenish my stash, and besides, I'm worried about overuse. My brain is working a bit too slow. My balance is off. I was just thinking how I miss meditation. She's giving me clear signals she just wants an excuse. And even though it would be the responsible thing to do, I know she's insatiable. She's usually the one who takes the initiative. Let's try a final push. I bite her ear and whisper in it. No drugs tonight. Let's do this raw. She throws her hands up in the air. Victory. Jesus, you're greedy these days. Always have been. Haven't you noticed? Well, that was a fast hour. I'm probably going to take a 10-15 minute break and hop on to some Helldivers. But yeah, we will pick up with the next day. We're pretty much taking this a day at a time. It's pretty decent pacing. I kind of like how it's going. But yeah, we literally have no clues still. So, I don't know. The Carter guy, I actually, he was a little sus. But I'm not sure if it's him yet. I'm not sure. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I'll be doing this again next Monday. I have no idea what the rest of the stream schedule looks like. Yeah, I am planning to come back in just a few minutes, so yeah, see you guys soon. Peace.